St. Michael and All Angels is a wonderful, miraculous place. In any given year, nearly 100 children are born into our church. We welcome more than 200 new members and celebrate 1,500 Holy Communions. There are more than 1,000 Sunday school and Bible study classes. And through our caring and sharing ministries, we directly touch the lives of more than 10,000 people in Dallas, our nation, and around the world. But our story is not about numbers, it's about people. People who care for one another. People who learn together and share experiences together. People who believe that through God's love, St. Michael and All Angels can make a difference in our community and in our lives. People who celebrate our heritage and our future, knowing that at St. Michael, there is a place for each and every one of us. There is a place for me.
I'm speaking to you from our church building, one of our 4 worship spaces at St. Michael, where we enjoy from Saturday afternoon all the way through Sunday afternoon 8 varieties of worship services, because it's our worship at St. Michael that gives us the heart and soul of our spiritual life together. All the way from a candlelight service, Taizé style worship on Saturday evening, all the way through Sunday morning, where we have Discovery Mass for younger children, Joy Mass for the youngest of our children in the parish hall, and a mixed Rite 2 service here in the church. And then at 11 o'clock, of course, we have 2 wonderful services, a very formal Rite 1 service here in the church, and a wonderful contemporary Rite 2 service called Celebration Mass in the theater. And we close off the weekend with a wonderful evening prayer and Eucharist in the chapel. Join us all during the week, and especially on the weekends, where we find our heart and soul in worship at St. Michael.
There's a place on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings where a group of friends from all walks of life come together to put a simple prayer into practice. The foundation of every choir rehearsal is a prayer that asks God to grant that what we sing with our lips, we may believe in our hearts, and what we believe in our hearts, we may show forth in our lives. The unified voice that pours out of the choir loft every Sunday morning is a result of attention to and attentiveness to one another. This builds our faith and strengthens our friendships. The people of this church community have in very tangible ways supported me with their prayers and helped me through life.
I'd been a member of the church for a number of years, had been married in the church, and my wife continued to bring me as our family grew and we were bringing our children to different things, but I never really felt connected or engaged. And at one parish party, we happened to sit with the Musgroves, and my wife prompted them that her husband, me, I play guitar, and before you know it, I'm in the Discovery Mass band with a reason to come to church every Sunday. And over the course of 6 months or a year and coming every Sunday, I truly began to get engaged and invested in the church, and I wouldn't miss it. It's part of my weekly rejuvenation.
In Paul's first letter to the church at Corinth, he says that we suffer with those who suffer and we rejoice with those who rejoice. In Mission and Outreach at St. Michael's, we are trying to relieve the suffering of those who are suffering and rejoice with those who are rejoicing. We are trying to be hope bearers for those who are in desperate need of hope, whether that is in Bolivia, Honduras, or the Holy Land, or on the Rosebud Reservation, one of the poorest counties in the nation, or the hard-hit Lower Ninth Ward in St. Walgreens Church in New Orleans, or right here in our own community by driving Meals on Wheels, cooking for Austin Street Shelter, serving at the bridge, or of course our Jubilee ministry and neighborhood. All of those places, we are going to bring hope to people who are in desperate need of hope, but most of all, by being God's hands and feet.
I've been going down to Honduras for a little over 6 years. First time I went down there, I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with the people of Honduras. This is a third world, or if possibly below a third world country. We have Christian education classes. We have construction projects, building classrooms, building bathrooms, building stoves. Each time I go back, this is almost as a rebirth for me. The love and the joy renews my spirit, renews my love not only for Christ, but also for what we do as a church, as a community, dealing in Honduras and even here back in Dallas.
The centerpiece of St. Michael and All Angels Outreach Ministries is the Jubilee Park community in South Dallas.
Jubilee is a place where love and community transform lives. This neighborhood, started in 1997 by St. Michael and All Angels, continues to transform lives. On the map, Jubilee is mandorla-shaped or almond-shaped, the symbol of ancient Christianity, the symbol of transformation. Every day, students come to the after-school program to get both nourishment and tutoring. Owen Roberts Elementary School, one of the lowest performing schools, 7 years ago, through mentoring and tutoring, has been transformed to one of the better performing schools in Dallas Independent School Districts, a school of distinction. Crime is down. Senior citizens receive feeding almost weekly in Jubilee Park. The La Posada Project takes the light of Christ into the neighborhood. One St. Michael parishioner said just a few years ago, people were scared to go out of their houses at night in Jubilee. Tonight we carry the light of Christ into the world. This is transformation. This is Jubilee.
On Friday afternoons, I'm at O.M. Roberts to distribute the Backpack Buddies to children at critical risk for hunger. We see a gambit of emotions, but the one that always gives us pause is the peace that appears on every child's face as the weekend food is placed in their backpack. Michael is one of our Backpack Buddies. He transferred in late last spring, and it was immediately evident that he had more holes than sole in his shoes, and our industrial roll of duct tape was not going to make them last one more day. On Monday, Brown and I made sure he had socks and Ironman shoes. And on Friday, at Backpack Buddies, we high-fived about how styling they were. And then he whispered to me, "They're brand new. Nobody else has ever worn them." That's one of those God moments that proves beyond a doubt that his hands are in the mix of all that is Jubilee. Every day in my prayers, I thank God that the joy of Jubilee is in my life. My prayer for you is that you will come and share the joy. And my promise to you is that you will always receive more than you give.
The Children, Youth, and Families team here at St. Michael seeks to provide a safe environment for people of all ages to be able to engage in their faith journey. This is done through opportunities for fellowship and education and Bible study and in youth group. Many of our young families enter in through our preschool and our nursery program, and then they slowly move into regular Sunday school, pajama prayers, and once they're in youth ministry, opportunities for outreach, especially with Jubilee and international mission trips. There's also many opportunities for fellowship and small group Bible study, not only for our young people, but also for our adults.
I grew up here at St. Michael's from baptism to confirmation. I started coming here when I was just 2 months old. It all started with Mother's Day Out, then Sunday school, and then VBS as a camper and a counselor. I've done nativity pageants, The Edge, and Livewire. I've also been on multiple mission trips. I used to be in the choir, and I'm now an acolyte. St. Michael's is a special place for me, and when I'm here, I'm home. Yes!
The Pastoral Care ministries at St. Michael are made up of over 20 ministries that reach out to those in our congregations who are experiencing the challenges and the joys of life. Each of our ministries has a caregiver who gives of their time and their gifts to the care receiver. But what's surprising is that oftentimes the caregiver becomes the receiver because they find that it is in giving that we receive.
A few years ago, after moving to Dallas and joining St. Michael's and All Angels, Patty Willett asked my husband Bobby and I if we'd like to be part of the lay Eucharistic visitors. We said we'd like to do it as long as we could bring our boys with us on the visits, and she said that would be great. We have gained so much as a family being part of this ministry. It's a very concrete way that we can demonstrate to our boys God's preaching of taking care of the sick and being there for them and treating everyone in the church as part of your family.
Adult formation offers a wide array of venues for you to enjoy fellowship and to proceed along your spiritual journey. We have 5 different Sunday school classes on Sunday mornings. We have about 20 different groups that meet for Bible and book studies. We have lectures, seasonal events according to the church year, and home communions. This is the perfect place for you to make lifelong friendships while you grow in your journey of faith.
I stumbled across St. Michael and All Angels in many reasons because of the adult formation program. I was really interested in the religious education that was offered here, and this church was particularly dynamic in that regard, and have subsequently become very involved in adult formation. It's been a great place for me, and I feel that it has really helped me to grow and develop as the person that I want to be.
I love the fellowship ministries of St. Michael's because I think God has given each of us a deep need to share our lives with others. Fellowship at St. Michael's is a precious gift that reassures us that we are not alone in our journey. The ministry of the women of St. Michael's and the Exchange, the men of St. Michael's, 20s and 30s, Prime Timers, St. Mary's Guild, and so many more all offer us an opportunity to connect with each other. And there we can share our struggles, our joys, and all the seasons of our lives. We celebrate, volunteer, and work together so that we may offer a place where others can find their spirits renewed.
I recently read that when we are with other Christians, because Jesus lives within each of us, that we are in the presence of Christ. Isn't that an awesome thought? It makes me want to go to all the fellowship opportunities that St. Michael's offers. I've had the chance to meet people I never would have known, people in different generations, people who live in different areas or who are in a different stage of life than I am. Now on Sunday mornings, I look around and I see all those sweet, remembered faces. And I feel that our shared worship time is more meaningful to me.
There is a place for 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 me.
People of St. Michael, I celebrate with you the life we enjoy here in our parish. There is a place for you, a place for me, a place for many with the array of talents and gifts that we've been given. Beginning in baptism, you and I are called and invited by God in an answering love to give of ourselves to the larger world, both beginning here at St. Michael and then the extensions of all of our mission out into the world. We hope that this is an entree, a new beginning, where you can see yourself and your gifts being offered together in a community of faith that really does make a difference in our world. Thanks be to God.
Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms.